You always arrive quietly, even when the entire hall trembles with applause. I somehow only hear you. Do you know what they said tonight? They called me perfection. How amusing. Perfection is simply desperation dressed in silk. Come closer. No, closer than that. The candles are almost finished burning. It feels improper to speak across distance when someone is confessing his sins. Yes, sins. You deserve honesty now, especially tonight, especially after the final performance. You heard them, didn't you? The audience. They wept. Grown men clutching their chests as if their hearts had suddenly remembered how to beat. Women unable to stand. Even the critics forget to write. They said the music sounded like love itself had learned how to mourn. Do you know why? Because it did. Every note you heard tonight, they belonged to you. Every trembling crescendo, every aching pause, every silence between breaths. I wrote them while thinking about the way you laugh when you forget yourself, the way your voice softens when you say my name, the way you never notice how often I watch you when you aren't looking. You're smiling again. You always think I exaggerate, but listen carefully. I have never exaggerated about you. Not once, not twice, not ever. Do you remember when we first met? You asked why a man adored by kings would sit alone backstage instead of celebrating. You said I look lonely. Lonely? Such a gentle accusation. I nearly laughed, because loneliness had already carved a cathedral inside me long before you arrived. Music filled it, applause echoed through it, but nothing lived there. Until you walked in carrying a tea, like an offering meant for a dying god. I should have stopped then. I should have let admiration remain harmless. But artists are greedy creatures. We taste beauty once, and suddenly survival feels insufficient without it. I wanted more. More of your voice, more of your warmth, more of the way you looked at me as though I were simply just a man. And then I heard it. The melody, not on the violin, not in the orchestra, in my chest, incomplete, broken, a love song missing its ending. Do you understand what that means to a composer? It is torture. An unfinished thought scratching endlessly at the inside of the skull. So I chased it, night after night after night. Performance after performance, but inspiration refused me. My hands shook. My bow slipped. Critics begin whispering that genius fades. And I perfect. Because if I lost music, I feared I might lose you too. Yes, I know. You will never live because of failure. That is precisely why I was afraid. You loved me as a man, not as a legend. And I did not know how to exist without being a legend for you. So, I accepted help. No, please, do not interrupt me. If you stop me now, I might lose the courage to finish speaking. It happened after a concert in Prague. The rain would not stop. The theater smelled like a wet velvet and regret. I was alone in the rehearsal room, trying to force a melody that refused to breathe. And then, someone applauded, slowly, from the darkness. I assumed it was a patron, or perhaps a critic seeking drama. But the air felt wrong. It felt heavy, like the moment before thunder remembers violence. He congratulated me, said the world adored my talent, said my music nearly touched eternity. Nearly, such a cruel word. Nearly means failure dressed politely. He asked what I wanted most. I answered without thinking. The perfect love song. For you, my love. Always for you. He laughed. Softly, kindly, like a priest amused by confession. And then he offered a bargain. No blood, no signatures, nothing theatrical. Just a promise. Every performance would grant me inspiration beyond mortal reach. Music that would carve itself directly into the hearts of those who listen. All he asked was a fragment, a small piece. Each time I played, a piece of my soul. There it is, that look. Horror suits you poorly, my love. Please, do not cry yet. I have not reached the worst part. I told myself souls were metaphors. Poets speak of them constantly. Surely losing one piece meant nothing. Surely genius demanded sacrifice. The first concert afterward, I understood. The music arrived like lightning finding bone. I could hear harmonies before touching the strings. Entire symphonies unfolded behind my eyes. The audience sobbed before the final note ended, and afterward, I could not remember my mother's face. Just gone. Like a painting removed from a wall, leaving only pale absence behind. The second performance took my childhood laughter. The third, my fear of death. That one frightened me the most, because suddenly dying seemed acceptable. Every sacrifice sharpened it. Every loss polished it. I stopped dreaming, stopped feeling hunger, stopped recognizing old friends. Only you remained untouched. Your name survived every performance. Your smile refused to fade. Perhaps love anchors memory Or perhaps the demon understood cruelty better than mercy. Tonight was the last piece required. Did you notice how long the final movement lasted? I could barely feel my hands. The bow felt weightless, as if someone else guided it, and when the final note trembled into silence, I understood something. There was almost nothing left inside me. No childhood, no ambition, no fear. Only you and the song. You're holding my hand. How warm you are. I'm sorry. My fingers must be real cold. It is strange. The room sounds distant. Even your breathing echoes like it belongs to another world. Please, please, my love, do not call for help. There's no physician capable of treating absence. Listen, instead, please. I finished it. The perfect love song. Do you know what perfection sounds like? It sounds like goodbye pretending to be forever. Every note carries the moment you first smiled at me. Every harmony remembers the way you believed in me when I did not deserve belief. I wanted to give you something eternal, something that would survive long after applause forgets my name. And when they perform it tomorrow, and the next century, and the next, people will fall in love without understanding why. They will hold hands tighter, confess secrets sooner, forgive each other more easily. That's because you existed, because you loved a foolish man who bargained himself away trying to deserve you. My vision grows dim. How embarrassing. Do not cry, please. I cannot bear the sound of it anymore. Here, sweetheart, lean closer. Yeah, that's it. Your heartbeat. I remember that sound. It is the last thing the demon could not take. Stay with me. Just until the melody ends. Tell me, will you listen when they play it again someday? Will you remember that every note was a confession? That every silence said your name? Good. That is enough for me. How fortunate I am to lay down here exactly where the music began, in your arms. Listen carefully. Can you hear it? The final note. It's beautiful, isn't it?